everyone. I want to talk for just a couple minutes about a concept called the compound effect. It's something that seems really, really common knowledge, but if it was, we would all be living differently. When I realized this and I really let this sink into my life, it changed a lot for me. It changed my perspective on so many things like food and my personal disciplines. It changed my perspective on my time and my scheduling and my parenting and my exercising and everything else. So we're going to dig into that. There's a whole book actually called The Compound Effect. It's written by a man named Darren Hardy. But in that book, there's a quote that really sticks out to me because it kind of sums it up. And the quote says, "It's not that you've been intentionally making bad decisions, because that would be easy to fix. It's that you've been sleepwalking through your decisions." Think about that. It's not that you've intentionally been making bad decisions, it's that you're sleepwalking through that. Look at your day, and if your day looks anything like mine, you make hundreds and hundreds of decisions throughout the day without even realizing it, because they're things that don't take a lot of thought and they don't have a lot of repercussion. But it doesn't mean it's not a decision that we made. Your alarm goes off, you hit snooze. That seemed more like an action, but it was a decision that came with an action. Every decision that we make, every single one, keeps us from sitting in neutral, and it forces us in one direction or another. Every decision. You're either getting up early to get your stuff done or you're not. You're either exercising and pushing play and being healthy or you're not. There's no halfway. You are getting healthier or you're getting sicker. You're getting stronger or you're getting weaker. You're getting fatter or you're getting thinner, right? There is no neutral. Every decision we make has a compound effect. Every decision pushes you one way or the other. If you look at your choices, you'll see that that's actually true. The problem is that a lot of our decisions don't have an immediate, heavy repercussion. And so we don't think of them as decisions that really matter. It's no big deal. If every decision carried a big, heavy repercussion, we would make decisions differently. Here's an example. If we all knew without a doubt that you take one bite of a Big Mac and you would inevitably end up with coronary heart disease, digestion issues, and imminent death within 24 hours. If we knew that was going to happen, you would have cholesterol issues and all this stuff would happen and compound over 24 hours until you died because you had a bite of a Big Mac. No one would eat Big Macs, right? That would be crazy. But because it doesn't, we don't see any immediate reaction to eating a Big Mac. We eat them here and there, maybe not Big Macs, but we eat out, we eat fast food, we eat things that aren't healthy. And you think, well, it's just a hamburger. But it's not, because it's actually a decision that makes you healthier or it makes you sicker. One or the other. It's not neutral. If we all knew that smoking a cigarette would instantly give you lung disease and emphysema and you would die within 24 hours for smoking one cigarette, no one would smoke. That would be like drinking mercury, right? No one would do it. People smoke. Now, they think, well, it's no big deal, it's just a cigarette. Maybe, yeah, in the long run, maybe it'll give me health problems. Not maybe, it will. That's the thing. It's happening now if you're smoking. Your decision to smoke one cigarette at a time makes you sicker or it makes you healthier, right? If we look at our decisions, not for what they are in that moment, but for what they are in the long run, for what that compound effect is doing, for how that is pushing us in one direction or another, it'll change our day drastically. I know for me, my kind of downfall is snacks and candy and sweets. So I think, I'm eating really good today. This whole week I've done really well. I've been eating all my fruits and veggies. I'm drinking my Shakeology. I'm getting my workouts in. What's one candy? And then a little bit later, maybe one more. But really, it was a good day except for those candies that I had, or except for those sugars. Or, I've been eating really good. What's one fast food? It's fine. But really, it's not fine, because I'm making those decisions assuming that I've done so good that it's just no big deal. But it's a compound effect. And if I look at what that's going to do to me in the long run, I don't want that right now. And that's not to say that I'll never have fast food or that I'll never have candy. But if I look at it with the perspective of the compound effect of that decision, I probably won't have it as often, and it will be much more controlled and so much more deliberate. It won't be something that I'm sleepwalking through. It won't be like pressing snooze half asleep, right? Every decision that we make has a compound effect. Look at your day, and as you go through your day, think about that. Think about the things that you're deciding without even realizing that you've decided them. Before you put that bite in your mouth, that has a compound effect. Is that bite going to make you healthier or sicker? Before you halfway get through your workout, are you helping yourself get stronger, or are you getting weaker? Because it's one or the other. There's no neutral. Don't sleepwalk through your choices. There is a compound effect for everything, and that applies more than to just fitness and exercise and health and nutrition. It applies to your parenting, and it applies to your homework and your assignments and your job and your bosses. It applies to your housework and the upkeep on your car. It applies to your friendships and your church, and everything that you do has a long-term compound effect. The way you apply yourself now, today, in this moment, changes what that long-term effect looks like. And every decision that you make now, today, in this moment, changes what that compound effect looks like. You might be moving a little bit in one direction real slowly, but you know what? You're still getting there. And that's what you have to look at and evaluate in your life. Are you making tiny choices that seem like they have no relevance, that are helping you or giving you some kind of disadvantage? That's the compound effect. And it really is true. And it applies to everything that we do in our day. So when you're thinking about what you're going to eat, you're thinking about what workout you're going to do or not do, or sleeping in, and well, I'll get my workout in later, maybe if I have time, whatever it is, think about the long-term compound effect of that and really, really apply that in your lives and see what that does. See how that revolutionizes your day-to-day life and your thinking and your perspectives on things, because it's really amazing if you're willing to let it change you, and if you're willing to really carry the seriousness and the weight of that, because the compound effect is a big deal. We are so comfortable being complacent and so comfortable trying to just ignore what could happen way off in the future that we don't realize that what we're doing now dictates that. You don't have to be sick later in the future. You don't have to be obese or unhealthy or weak. You don't have to be tired. You don't have to be any of those things. You can take control now with those small decisions and change what your future looks like because of the compound effect. It's not a big, ugly, rain on your parade kind of thing. This is an opportunity for all of us to take and all of us to make amazing choices and amazing decisions throughout our day. The little tiny ones that we thought were irrelevant, those are the ones that pay off. So think about the compound effect, not just today, but as you go through your life, and see where it applies. I think that you'll be kind of amazed. Below this post, I would love for you to comment on a couple areas that you maybe didn't realize were having a compound effect, or some ways in your life that you think that this compound effect could play out to benefit you, or ways that it's been playing out already that have been hurting you, because it's one or the other, like we've talked about. But I want to hear from you. I know this has changed me a lot, and it continues to, because it's a discipline. But I would love to see how it's going to play out in your guys' life too. Thanks.